Hello and welcome to the Virtual World Tour, where we're trying our best to keep ourselves entertained despite the current lack of racing. Today we have Paris-Roubaix 2020, or at least what could have been, and the weather forecast is looking interesting. Alongside me once again is Tim Bonville-Gin. And the riders are off, and the attacks start almost instantly, from a name we're used to seeing off the front, but it's not the same man. It's Amy DeHent. Tim, what do you expect to see from this 2020 edition of the Hell of the North?
Well, it should be a brutal race as usual, but we have the added excitement of rain in the forecast for later on today. This could really throw the cat amongst the pigeons.
And we've got rain. The heavens have opened up this Easter Sunday on the peloton of Paris-Roubaix. It's what the fans at home will have wanted and could play a significant role in how the race plays out.
This is what we were expecting, and it's come well before the first cobbles sector. This will really change how the peloton acts, I think. A lot more nerves in there now. Don't be surprised if we see some crashes.
The attacking has finally settled down and our break is up the road. Do they have any real chance today?
It is always really difficult for a break to stay away. Of course, we remember that epic win from Matt Heyman, and I think these three are a similar calibre to the Australian. Maybe just need a few more riders with them.
They are on to the first cobbled sector. Damien Gaudin, Nikias Arndt and Loic Vlegen, and the three men off the front have just a 2-minute advantage. And there's been a crash and it's brought down two of the key men today, John Degenkolb, the former winner, as well as Matteo Trentin, also taking out Timo Russen and Jelle Wallace. We are also hearing that the French sprinter Arnaud Demar has withdrawn from the race. Now, 3 more riders have done well to join the leading trio. With 140 kilometres to go, this has already been a brutal race.
Yes, I believe that's Jürgen Rollins, Magnus Cort and Alex Kirsch all bridging the gap. This is perfect for the 3 already up there as we just hit the halfway mark.
The peloton are onto the Horveloy sector. The brakes advantage is just about holding for now, but who is looking like they could take the victory today in these torrid conditions, Tim?
With the Arenberg up next, I think that is where we will see the first major shake-up. But riders like Jasper Stuyven of Trek Segafredo, he has had an amazing Classics campaign this year. Wout van Aert, Philippe Gilbert, Greg Van Avermaet also should be up there. The Clinic Quickstep have been very quiet so far. Maybe they're saving their legs to some sort of master plan.
And the race is beginning to break apart towards the end of this cobbled sector. It will be vital for the favourites to have made the front few groups if they are going to cross the finish line in the Roubaix Velodrome first today. Doul, Degenkolb, De Gent, Stannard and Benoot, a couple of other riders also caught out at the back.
That's all it takes, a bit of poor positioning and one sector, and you're immediately on the back foot for the next 4. Don't be surprised if they get dropped again soon.
A selection of around 30 riders have gone ahead of the peloton and are trying to make a move stick. It looks like today's win could likely come from this group and the breaker being pulled back in.
Definitely. Even if you get back on now, you are so unlikely to be in with a chance at the end of the day on the velodrome.
And that's the day done for the intrepid men out front. Their job is done as Matteo Trentin takes over. The rain is still bucketing down as this front group starts to get thinned out even more, and Philippe Gilbert shows himself at the front of the peloton. Now Tim, do you know when the last rainy Roubaix was?
Ah yeah, back in 2002 the Lion of Flanders, Johan Museeuw, getting his 3rd cobblestone that day. Today isn't as muddy, thankfully for the riders.
Philippe Gilbert goes on the offensive. What a story this would be, defending his title. Further splits are now taking place. Who's been caught out this time?
Looks like nearly all of EF Pro Cycling have just capitulated there. Langeveld, Kerkelaer, Cort, all going backwards. All the guys we thought would be there have made it. Some interesting riders still there in the shape of World's Bronze medalist Stefan Kung. Heinrich Hausler, Bahrain McLaren looking reinvigorated this year too.
Trentin once again leading the front group over the cobbles, working hard for Greg Van Avermaet. Heinrich Hausler now attacks, and this has caused a reaction. Wout van Aert is the next to go as he seeks his first ever monument victory. What a story that would be. Kasper Asgreen is desperately trying to close the gap to Hausler and Van Aert. The race really is delicately poised now.
The amount of work Hausler had to put in to just get back onto Wout van Aert's wheel just shows how powerful the former cyclocross world champion is. That was really impressive.
Now Jasper Stuyven goes with Gilbert for company. We really are getting down to crunch time now. 10 or so riders left at the front. One of them will win this race. Gilbert off the front once again, and a chase group is forming behind. Now we'll get a good chance to look at everyone who's made the cut. Tim, it's time to make your pick. Who do you fancy from this group?
Oof, the way this race is going, it's almost impossible to call. There are one or two riders just holding back for now, like Yves Lampaert, Greg Van Avermaet. I think I'm going to go for GVA today to win.
Van Aert is just dropping off as Gilbert continues to press the issue. Only a handful more cobbled sectors to go, and we're down to just 9 riders at the front of the race. Now Van Avermaet and Stuyven attack. Van Avermaet's been waiting for his moment, and now he's taken it. Five kilometres to go, and De Koning and Quickstep finally make their move with Yves Lampaert, and he is first into the Roubaix Velodrome. Can he make this move stick? Lampaert is chugging away, those legs look tired, and the chase is coming in from behind. Will they break Belgian hearts? And Gilbert leads the chase. These riders must have next to nothing left in the tank now. Zdenek Stybar opens up a sprint. Stuyven responds. It's a sprint for the line. Jasper Stuyven takes it.
Wow, Stuyven looked spent just before the final sector. Lucky for him, everybody else was as well. Absolutely brutal day with the weather being all over the place and the constant peppering of attacks. Gilbert gave his all to defend his title and had to try and go long again. I have to admit, I thought Lampaert had it in a brief moment. Wonderful ride from Stuyven though, getting his first monument. Another podium for Stybar. Will he ever win this race?
Now that is what Paris-Roubaix is all about.
Definitely one of the best races on the calendar. Never ever disappoints.